The British Army has stopped taking down the tricolours flying over Crossmaglen. They found they could take one down all right, but it was right back up again the following morning. The Queen's writ, according to the local people, simply does not run here. The place itself looks and is a peaceful spot, but 21 British soldiers have been killed within a 2-mile radius of the village. The old RUC station serves as a heavily fortified barracks for 75 men of the 3rd Battalion Parachute Regiment. They see themselves as maintaining a presence here, showing the flag, as it were. Crossmaglen to them is an outpost, deep in irretrievably Republican territory. Their foot patrols have never been hit inside the village, so they look comparatively relaxed here, but they expect and they get nothing from the people. These paras have long ago given up any attempt at friendship or even exchanging a perfunctory greeting with the people. They know every villager individually. The villagers recognize every one of them, but they utterly ignore them. The paras have learned to ask for nothing, not for a penny bar in a shop, one of them told us, not for a cup of water on a tough patrol. It's the village answer to the para presence, the first weapon, as they see it, of the occupied against the occupier. It's a completely different campaign to the one in Belfast. The sophisticated bomb has generally replaced the sniper's bullet, and the spot traffic checks consequently become more frequent. There have been widespread charges of harassment and brutality, even during checks like this. These men acted courteously enough while we were filming, but local people were quick to point out that the paras knew who we were, claiming that they would act very differently in certain situations with no cameras about. The paras' answer to all this is that they are still the victims of their Bloody Sunday reputation, that the Catholics never allow them to forget that, especially in areas like South Armagh. Also that they as a unit are so effective in the war against the IRA that they inevitably bear the brunt of IRA propaganda. The most serious allegations levelled against them came after 2 men of this battalion died in a recent landmine explosion at Newton Hamilton. 3 men were shot by the paras in South Armagh soon afterwards. One survived to claim he was shot while under arrest, climbing over a hedge at gunpoint. The paras were accused of launching a campaign of revenge. The paras admit they are carrying on a mere holding operation in places like this. The advantage, as they see it, lies with the IRA. Mainly because the IRA has, they claim, the tacit support of a large percentage of the population, and particularly because they can make expert use of the nearby border. The paras claim persistently that the IRA has one of its main bases just south of the border, not far from Inniskeen village. They call them the Inniskeen Group. Here again, locals scoff that the paras are alleging cross-border IRA camps for propaganda purposes, that the enemy is right under their noses, but that they cannot beat them. Ja.
Yes, Tom Brady, Crossmaglen. He works where? He works for people called toners. Toners?
In fact, many people here say there's far too much attention paid to what they call the so-called toughness of the paras. They've seen better and tougher British soldiers, they say. There's an attitude that one British soldier is the same as another, simply an unwanted occupier of their village. How do you find them?
Well, let me say firstly that the people around here resent any British troops being in Crossmaglen, you know? And they believe that they shouldn't be here at all. But as far as the pirates are concerned, I think when they came here first, the people were rather curious because they heard of them in Derry and they heard of them in Belfast and Ardoyne, and so they looked at them with a bit of curiosity. And after they were here a week or two, they just discovered that they were just identical, the same as any other British regiment. No better, no worse.
But there's been a lot of allegations from South Armagh about their conduct.
That is true, but in this particular town, no. They're just, the people treat them with the identical same way as they've treated every other regiment. They just ignore them, pass them by, and that's it.
They haven't bullied people, and this has been said about their conduct in South Armagh.
That is true, but probably when they come here, they probably realise that they cannot win. You see, it's possible that this is it. So they'll just say to themselves, well, we play a low profile here for 3 months so that we can get out the hell out of here altogether.